Sunday and Monday will also eventually bring us a chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. You can actually see here as we look at our futurecast model showing that smoke developing across western parts of North Carolina and South Carolina. Notice as we go through Sunday, the smoke's still sticking around. And while it's not completely out of here by Monday, notice a lot of those significant levels that we're seeing across parts of western North and South Carolina now start to dissipate. So again, it's going to help. It is unfortunately not going to be enough to put out the wildfires completely, but at this point, any rain that we have here locally is going to be extremely beneficial, not just to fires, but of course the pollen levels that have been off the charts over the past few days and weeks. Here's a live Monday. A few things just to kind of keep note about is that it's not going to be a ton of rain, but there will be downpours at times. And while unfortunately will not be enough to completely put out the fires, it is going to be beneficial from start to finish, because not only do we have fires in the western Carolinas, but also we're in a pretty significant drought out there right now. Futurecast rainfall, both of our models indicating, really all of our models, I guess, indicating 1/4 of an inch, upwards of an inch if we're lucky. Totals will likely be higher for western portions of the Carolinas as well as up to the mountains, which actually works out perfectly because those are the areas right now most impacted by the wildfires. But when we talk about beneficial but not enough to put the fires out, if you're a numbers person like me, here's kind of some of the data. You saw that highest number, close to an inch. Well, in order to get rid of Charlotte's drought completely, and we're just using Charlotte locally as an example here, but this is pretty much true across all of the Carolinas. In 1 month, we would need 9.5 to almost 14 inches to cure the drought. In 3 months, 15.5 or 22 inches to cure the drought. Keep in mind, when you see this 22 in 3 months, locally in Charlotte, we only get about 40 inches of rain per year. So that would be half of our yearly rainfall in 3 months, not to mention not even during the wet season. So pretty unlikely that that will happen. Typically, we are drier heading into spring. We're just typically not this dry. So it definitely has been drier than even average for fall and most of winter. And it's something that I'm sure many of you have noticed, especially with your lawns, kind of aching as spring has kicked off, and a lot of that stuff has begun to bloom. Here's a look at satellite and radar. First system right now, well to our west. That's what's bringing us a chance of rain tomorrow. There will be storms, but we're not expecting anything severe until Monday. Second system is still way off to our west, so of course that's why it's not arriving until Monday, mainly in the afternoon hours it looks like, but some of those storms could creep up as early as about lunchtime. Here's Futurecast's main impact. Probably not a surprise. We say this all the time. Gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. But in this particular system, an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. And we'll also watch that risk for quarter-sized hail, as a lot of those updrafts are expected to be strong. So you can see that.
I would be remiss if I did not mention your Florida Gators. They're also heading to the Final Four. Congrats.
Yes, it'll be fun. And we mentioned maybe a Duke Florida meetup.
Championship game. It will be really good.
It would be super fun. I would probably be upset, but at least our viewers would be happy. As we look ahead to Monday, strong to severe storms possible. So folks, just stay weather aware. Of course, we'll have updates all day tomorrow as well. Have a good night.